Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another VeVe and Ecomi video. In this one, we're going to really be going through this David Yu video, the one where he talked about the VeVeverse and what it's going to be. And there is a bit of language here that I may have missed out on the first watch, because that was like my last video was my initial watch. It was the first thing that I saw, the first thing that I heard. So I don't know if it's grasping at straws here and people hoping, if it's hopium or what, or yeah, I don't know. So we're gonna see, we're gonna see, but I do want to point out, because I did hear a difference. I think I heard something that gave me a little bit more hope, one of my listen throughs as well. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, and yeah, because the first listen, this sounded crazy, like just coming out saying, oh, everyone else is going to do the fancy stuff. We don't have the money to do that, so we're going to give you a glorified showroom. It's like, when that just hits you, it's like, okay, oh, okay. But yeah, so I heard some language here that I do want to go into. So yeah, let's just get into it, man. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications and all that. But yeah, let's get it.
VeVeverse was never actually part of our original journey. We thought about it, but with the money that we had in the bank, there was just no way we could even compete. Many of you,
and I think that surrounding what you're saying with stuff like this is an issue, because all of it just flows in. It just flows together. It completely flows together. So saying VeVeverse wasn't part of your journey, yet you're promising Ready Player One and saying that that's what you want to go for, and Batman's going to be scaling walls, that's not on par with that. Like, that is two different, completely different things. Then it's like, you could have presented that in a way where, oh, it would be cool if one day we can get to a level where we can do this. But realistically, we know that these companies out here with billions of dollars is going to be doing a better job at this stuff. So we're just going to try to stick to this area and slowly scale. Like, it's all about how you word the things that you're trying to say. Because right now, this can be interpreted in multiple different ways, and neither side can be wrong, really. Like, neither side is wrong. The bullish side and the bear, well, no one's really bullish. Most people just have a defense. Like, most people have a defense. The best you can have in this situation is a defense. It's like, it either sounds really bad or you can make a defense out of it. And that's not necessarily a good place to be in when you're trying to say something. So, yeah, communication has not been the greatest here. But anyway.
out there will know, there are companies out there, multinational, who spend billions of dollars. I mean, we are no blind, or we're not trying to pretend that we're going to reinvent what some of these guys do when they have billions in hand. But what we found when VeVe was launched.
So what's concerning about this is him saying that they're not going to try to reinvent. But this is what I mean by interpretation, because him saying that they're not going to try to reinvent could just mean something like they're going to use and partner with a third party, so they don't have to reinvent, but they just partner with someone who does what they're looking for already, which is essentially what VeVe did. So I mean, it can be taken that way as well, but it can also be taken as, why would we try to make a metaverse like Ready Player One when so many people are going to try to do it, and they have billions of dollars? So like I said, this can be interpreted in way too many different ways. Like, we need clarifications on some things for sure.
Do when they have billions in hand. But what we found when VeVe was launched, that the VeVe vault, as you know, in the app, was highly used. Even in today, is one of our highest engagement. Only last week, we were presenting it to one of our licensors on our actual user time in that vault. It's a quite significant time period what average user use in that vault. And because what we believe, the UGC, what we call it, the user generated content, and many of the social media out there, including TikTok, going down to Instagram, they use these user generated content, including what we're doing right now on live on YouTube, or when you upstream it. These are all user generated content. They become newsworthy to share. We always knew when you have a great viral user generated content, it's going to reach more in the mid-cat effect. As you probably know, the idea is that once you watch it, you use it, someone else use it, and they share it. and it gets to a scale. What VeVe's intention was that you have a beautiful fault, and that's where you really want to display. And many of
Okay, so he's saying what VeVe's intention was. So the vault was always part of their intentions, but he said was in past tense, as if the vault is not just their only intention now. Like I said, there's language within here that can give you, make you not feel so bearish about this. But that doesn't promise that they're still trying to build Ready Player One or go for that someday. Like, what are you trying to do?
of you in your background, you have display similar to what I have. That we wanted to add another new layer when technology was coming and when the announcement of the Apple Pro version, and obviously we have seen Oculus and we have heard that Google's bringing out something as competitive as what Apple may be presenting to the world. Once you put on the
I would like specific clarification around their Ready Player One comments. The comments around Ready Player One and the comments about Batman scaling walls and things like that. I would like clarification specifically speaking on those things.
these
Because you can't, like, we just need direct answers. That's what is needed. Direct answers. It's nothing wrong. We just need answers.
AR or mixed reality glasses, you want to see digital layers. And what it was important is that for us to keep up with that technology as it become more available. And what we wanted really is to ensure that the vault that you have becomes your home. So unlike any other metaverse out there where they try to achieve something really grain scale, VeVe is actually trying to bring out segments of it. We're breaking them down. So
Okay. See, so this is where it can be interpreted better. So my first watch through of this video, all the stuff that he said leading up to this could be interpreted in multiple different ways, and it didn't sound good, any of it. It still don't necessarily sound good. But what I'm hearing this playthrough is
any other metaverse out there where they try to achieve something really grain scale.
So he said other metaverses are going to try to achieve something really grand scale and present that to the world, like Decentraland and Sandbox. What they're trying to do is focus on segments of that. And I think the first segment being a glorified showroom, which is basically what we already knew was going to happen. Like, I don't think anyone expected Ready Player One out of the gate. But this can be interpreted as they're not going for Ready Player One because they don't have the money, and why would they reinvent the wheel? But it can also be interpreted as what they said before for the most part. It's still just a gray area. It's still like no real information, to be honest. So it can be interpreted as bearish, and it can be interpreted as just the same thing, which is really nothing. We don't know anything.
The vault that you have becomes your home. So unlike any other metaverse out there where they try to achieve something really grain scale, VeVe is actually trying to bring out segments of it. We're breaking them down. So we're not going to be presenting to you a world of theme parks or a whole world of beautiful landscape and house property you could buy. Instead, we're going to be giving you that bigger scale.
Look at that. He literally just said, we're not going to be presenting to you a metaverse. We're going to give you a super vault. And there was no clarification around if that was for the long term or if it's just for the like what's the segments going to consist of? Like, that's what I'm more curious about. What are the segments going to consist of? Do you have intentions of having those homes and properties and stuff that you can buy, or do you not want to take that same metaverse route as these other players in the game? I think that's important.
Of that VeVe vault, what we call home, to start with. We will monitor,
to start with. So saying to start with sounds on par.
Track to ensure that the user experience and the virality goes out before we open up the next stage in the VeVeverse. And
before they open up the next stage in the VeVeverse. But there's no information on what the next stage is. I don't think.
the point is that you don't want to be in the VeVeverse and expecting to see thousands of your friends in there, because that's one of the barriers right now, is that if you're in the New York.
So I think they're trying to manage expectations, and this was just worded weird. That's what I think. Best case scenario, they're trying to manage expectations, so they don't want people to think that it's going to be a completed VeVeverse first iteration. Which that's fine if that's what's being said. I just think that if you're in a stream with him and he's saying it's like, I don't know if anybody had follow-up questions for him or what. Like, the problem that I have is usually when he pops onto a stream, it's with a bunch of moon boys who won't challenge or actually ask questions or really dive into what's being said. So did anyone ask for clarifications around this? Like, what's going to be in the next phases? Did anyone get any information on this? I'm gonna have to watch the whole thing, more so surrounding this, because this is just a clip. This is a clip that was uploaded somewhere else. I haven't actually watched the full stream myself, so I'm gonna have to dive into the stream. I'll be dropping more content, giving you all information as I'm hearing more of what was said throughout this stream. But a lot of people's takeaway from this stream was kind of bearish, and there's no way you should have to be breaking down what's being said to this extent where you can get some non-bearishness out of it. This basically sounds the same for the most part. But yeah, there's still no clarifications on where we're going.
Time, I'm in New Zealand time, someone else in Canadian time, and Paris time. You're not going to be in there because you have your physical day-to-day work, you have your other things that you have to do at school or varsity. You're not all going to be there. What we don't want is users to go into this space and they go, well, my friends are not there. After the fifth time you check out, they're not there. You decide to turn away. So the point was, we want to ensure.
Are you saying that you don't want, like, because this is what sounds weird, like when you say stuff like this? Are you saying that you don't want people to get online, not see their friends online, and then just get off because they're disappointed? It's like, we play video games. You know how to hit your friends up on Discord. Yo, you playing today? Are you getting on today? Are you on right now? It's not like I just get on any game that I play, look for my friends. They're not there, so I stop playing the game. Like, I feel like this is a weird thing that don't need to really be said, but maybe David isn't as educated on this aspect, so he's just wording things weird. Like, maybe Dan would be the better one to really give clarification around this, because this just seems like something obvious. Like, you don't go on a video game and expect your friends to be there. Usually you text them, call them, or hit them up somewhere, and you organize a time where you're all going to be on, regardless of time zones. No one cares about that, really. You just hit up your friends and be like, oh, when are you going to be on? Yo, I'm going to be on in 5 hours from now. Boom. Okay, we'll all be on 5 hours from now then. Like, that's usually how that goes.
One thing get built and we scale as we go and deliver. And one great news is that
they're going to scale as they go. Scale as they go, but I would like to know what it means to scale. What scale do you plan to go to? Like, where are you going with this? Because you don't have billions of dollars is what you said. So where are you going with this?
That we are going to be adding more users on the beta test in Q4. Dan this morning have shared with me this will be open into a wider beta testing team, I think starting in a fortnight until end of this whole year. So there will be new users being added on, selected as we go. And we are also tweeting inside the VeVeverse what you could do, because right now, when we first started, we let everyone loose to do what they want, and now we just need to scale it back to go, well, that was too much of that, this is not enough of this. We are carefully monitoring to ensure that the user have the best experience. What we want to do moving forward is to ensure that we have a more robust product before we just release it to the whole wide world. We are also bringing in video features right now in your.
So they're trying to perfect everything before they release it. We know that. So basically, having this other watch now, like, I don't know. I've also slept a little bit. I've had a little bit of sleep. So now it seems as though not much has really changed. We're back in a place where, because of the literally the way that it was said, it could be interpreted as nothing really has changed, but there's still no real information that's actually been given. He just said they're going to release it in smaller segments, but we don't know what the other segments are going to consist of. So, and then he also said stuff like they don't have the budget to do the same thing as other companies. So does that just mean that you only have the budget to release in segments? And then when you get more budget, you'll be adding more of the big things that these other companies are doing, as opposed to these. So it seems like what he's trying to say is, what I'm hoping he's trying to say is, VeVe can't afford to just release one big metaverse. So as the money get right, they're going to release segment after segment after segment that's going to equal up to the same big metaverses as everything else. That's what I'm, or better. Like that's the interpretation I'm getting right now at this point in time. But I don't know. Like this is just me trying to make the best out of weird language at this point, truthfully. I don't really know what's being said. I don't really know what's going on. We don't have enough information. So yeah, let me know what you all think. Let me know what you all hear. Let me know if this is bullish for you all, if this is still bearish. Let me know your thoughts. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, fam.